It's your boy, Zoe Phillips. Thanks for tuning in to Zone Coverage Podcast, home of the HBCU Sports Authority, the oracle on all things HBCU. I'm going to tell you like this. If I tell you a mosquito can pull a wagon, don't ask me no questions. You better hook his ass up. No. It's your boy, Zoe Phillips.
What's up, everybody? What's up? What's going on, man? Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Zone Coverage Podcast with your boy, Zoe Phillips, man. And look, since the last time we saw each other, man, it's been an eventful day and a half or 2 days, man. A real eventful 2 days. Look, I told y'all, the SWAC Basketball Tournament has been crazy. And we're going to get into it, man. Tons of upsets, a lot of crazy things happening in these games, and it's been eventful to say nonetheless. The MEAC pretty much has been chalked, pretty much running its course like everything's falling in line like it's supposed to. But I told you, and I don't know if y'all heard in the theme song, but if I tell you a mosquito could pull a wagon, don't ask me no questions. You better hook his ass up. And look, I told you guys, look, down went Southern. Down went, on the women's, on the men's side, Southern went down. On the on the men's side, man, look, Alabama. I mean, you had Jack State take care of FAMU. Lost them twice in the regular season. Jack State came through and did their thing. Alcorn got upended by Bethune-Cookman, which pretty much went, as planned. Alabama State upended Texas Southern. I mean, I'm just trying to tell you, man, it's been a crazy, eventful day. So got some good games scheduled for tomorrow. We're going to actually get into that too. So I'm actually bring some stuff in, man. But got you guys in today, and we'll start the thing off with the MEAC. Let me get some things changed up here. And all right, here we go. Starting off, and I'm actually bringing some stuff up here. Excuse me, with the MEAC women. And look, man, again, now that you got some other things going on, we made it to the semifinal in the SWAC tournament tomorrow, and we'll actually go into the semifinal round in the MEAC. Since we have some things happen, you guys go ahead in the chat and tell me who you predicting to win the SWAC tournament with the results that you got today for the men's side and the women's side. Go ahead and put that out there so we can get an idea of who y'all thinking, what's gonna happen. And let me change this up here, man. All right, so first up, man, look, we're gonna stop on the with the MEAC. And give me 1 second here, you guys. It's been crazy. So I've been actually trying to keep up, and I got a graphic, but I think it's actually going to end up being wrong. So it's 5 seconds left to go in the second half. We got a tie with Delaware State and North Carolina Central, knotted up at 77 toward the end of the second half, looking like it's about to go into overtime. And Delaware State was the higher seed over North Carolina Central. So again, it's looking like that's going to go into overtime. That's the last remaining game for this evening, and we'll actually kind of get into that too. But look, we're going to go ahead and get started. Man, we're going to start off on the women's side in the MEAC. Look, Howard up in Delaware State blew them out, man. Beat them almost by 40. It's been crazy. And yes, we're going to get into that too because Mo's feeling himself. Checkout time is 11. As soon as I heard that, all I heard was Tupac. It's checkout time. We got to go. Yeah, man, we'll get into that. But again, things kind of went the way that I thought they would. And we'll jump into the SWAC later on, but we're gonna give everybody their just due. Like I said, man, we got Howard Lady getting the dub over Delaware State. Huge win, man. Huge win. Like I said, beating them almost by 40. They move on to the semifinal round. And then on the men's side, Norfolk State, men and women, which I pretty much figured they're both, I believe, probably will win the MEAC. The women, they're doing their thing, man. They've won now a school record 28 games, the most win in their program's history. And then you look at the men who have a great record as well. I still think it's going to come down between Norfolk State and South Carolina State in the MEAC. That's going to be if it holds true, that's going to be a damn good game. right? And again, Norfolk end up beating Maryland Eastern Shore 77-70. And then, excuse me, like I said, the women came over, beat South Carolina State, man, beat them by almost 30. Now I'm gonna tell you something. It's not too often you got a tournament game, uh, and both women, man, are like beating somebody. Howard win by almost 40, and Norfolk State actually end up winning by almost 30. So it kind of lets you know the separation between, you know what I'm saying, the top two seeds in that conference. And it's looking like, man, that's gonna come to a head between those two teams as well, which is kind of cool. We pull some up here for you guys too, because I'm actually want to get into. Oh man, give me 1 second, you guys. I had a bracket here pulled up, so I can actually show you guys. You'll give me 1 second. I'm trying to lay some out for you guys pretty good. Just bear with me here. Let me see. Let me close this up. Give me 1 second. I thought I had some. I do, but it's kind of janky. But you know what? We gonna pull it up for y'all. All right, hold on. We're gonna put it up for y'all though. We're gonna make it work. I'm gonna blow this up, man. Don't worry about if y'all can see me or not. That's the women. Hold on, let me get the men too. Hold on 1 second, you guys. I just what the hell going on? Hold on. We can mess something up right here. All right, there we go. Give me 1 second. Overlays. Here we go. Move this. And this is the men. All right. Close this out. I'm gonna make this up big for you guys to see. All right, here we go. Sorry about that. So come on out. All right, here we go. Got this set up for you guys. Let me open the scene window. All right, there we go. Sorry about that. As you guys can see, you got Norfolk State beating South Carolina State, who was the AC. Let me see if I can actually. And then you have Coppin State beating North Carolina Central previously. So you'll have in the semifinal round, you'll have Norfolk State facing off against the fourth seed, Coppin State. And again, Howard came in as a 2 seed. They ended up beating Delaware State, like I said, by almost 40. And you got Maryland Eastern Shore defeating Morgan State today. And so again, as you can see, pretty much in the MEAC, it's pretty much running chalk. You know, the top four seeds move on. And so now it starting tomorrow, you got Norfolk facing off against the fourth seed, number 2 facing off against number 3. So it's looking like you're going to have pretty much Norfolk facing off against Howard, which is going to be an amazing, really, really good conference championship. So uh, got that updated for you guys. I just wanted you guys to see that. And then we actually move on to the men's side. Let me blow this up for you guys too, if you guys can see it. Now, disregard Delaware State because, like I told you, they're actually in overtime as we speak. Let me see if I can pull this score for you guys. 1 second here. Go to the men and no, disregard that. Central won. North Carolina Central won the game, 79-77 in regulation. So disregard Delaware State. So that's the first upset in the MEAC tournament. So Norfolk State, the number 1 seed, moves on. South Carolina State moves on to defeating Coppin State. And again, you have the Morgan State defeating Howard at the 4th seed. And now you have North Carolina Central up in Delaware State. So tomorrow you'll have South Carolina State facing off against North Carolina Central, the 2 versus the 6 seed. And then you have Norfolk State, the number 1 seed, facing off against the Morgan State Bears, who are the 5th seed. You'll get that in tomorrow as well. So I just want you guys to actually see that so we can actually get into that. Now, what we all really, really came here to see and get into, because look, man, the SWAC is known to be topsy-turvy, and look, it wouldn't be the SWAC if they didn't give it to you, right? Oh, excuse me. So, look, man, let's get into it. I mean, it's been crazy. We're talking about, man, and I'm gonna sit here and get into get into it, man. Let's go ahead and start. Well, actually, before I do that, let me get to a little SWAC news. I'm getting ahead of myself because I did actually have this stuff pulled up. So let me go ahead and give you this rundown right quick. This week, SWAC made some announcements for all the other spring sports. They announced the golfers of the week. You have Kiara Williams from Alabama State, one player of the week. And then, excuse me, then they actually announced the tennis players of the week. Jack State just ran through that. So you have Zayna Shaban, you got Federico Picastanier, I believe it is, and Fabrizio Fallas, all winning. Fallas won newcomer of the week. Picastanier wins men's player of the week, and then you have Zayna Shaban, who's the women's player of the week in tennis for the SWAC. And then we actually go over to softball players of the week. We got Shania Owen, who was the co-hitter of the week, tied it up with Jackson State's Jace Jackson. They both shared co-hitters of the week. You have Alyssa Lopez, who won pitcher of the week, and then you have Emma Bradley. I can't say the last portion of that. She became the newcomer of the week. And lastly, we got baseball. Baseball, you got Alex Aposalat, who's the hitter of the week, and you got Trey Power, who's the pitcher of the week. You would think Power would be the hitter of the week, but nonetheless, both Alabama State. Kudos to all the young men and women who got their kudos this week, earning those SWAC awards for this particular week. Now, we're actually getting to this chaos that we got, man. So look, I know we had some things within the on Monday. Got some things late, so we know Valley actually up in the FAMU, and then we had Prairie View win their first round game and actually moved on to quarterfinal to face Prairie View. Actually ended up facing Texas Southern, and as you can see, Prairie View actually came up very very short to Texas Southern, 69-49, a 20-point dub in that rivalry game. And then again, you saw Valley come in and match up, and I'm sorry, that's actually the Valley versus FAMU game. I am tripping. Valley still end up coming up short against Southern. Excuse me. And then, which brings us into, and I'm gonna bring the bracket up here in a second. Let me go ahead and get that up for you guys. And I'm gonna blow this up too, so you guys can see it. And so you actually see, and I'm gonna get to actually some scores. And I don't know if you guys remember when we came on Tuesday. You know, we talked about when Prairie View got their win against Bethune-Cookman, you know, facing against Texas Southern. And I told you guys specifically, like, look, you know, it's very, very easy to see some of these games going the way that they're going. When you talk about Jackson State facing Grambling, which is a tough game for those for the Lady Tigers today, we'll get into that. I told you guys, you know, Prairie View had a chance on Texas Southern, but Texas Southern ended up getting that dub. But the game of the day, you know, nonetheless was Alcorn up in Alabama A&M. And again, Alabama A&M had a great regular season, you know, in the first year of the Dawn Thornton era. And that was a huge upset. But I told you guys, Alcorn's a force to be reckoned with in the SWAC tournament. You know, they're going to be a tough out. A defensive-minded team. And, you know, even for Texas Southern tomorrow, that's going to be a tough game for Texas Southern. And Alcorn can easily win that game. You know, so you look now, man, you got the 2 seed facing off against the 6 seed tomorrow. And then you got Jack State coming to the 4th seed against Southern. And that game against Southern, this is going to be, to me, this is the championship game for Jackson State. This is a tough out for Jack State. Southern is a tough matchup for this team. And Margaret Richards, you know, in her first year, man, should be commended, knowing that she came in as late as she did to have the success and have those girls clicking on all cylinders to get to this point in her first year. And I got to tell you guys, this first season under Margaret Richards is very, very, very similar to Tamika Reed's first year. If you actually, guys, you actually go back and look at it, Tamika Reed took her first team in her first season and actually made it to the SWAC championship game and lost to Southern and came up short in that game and had a chance to win it into Tamika Reed's first season. And after that first year, you guys know the rest is history. Who on a run that's never happened in the SWAC before or since. But so kudos to Margaret Richards. But I'm telling you guys, that Texas Southern and Alcorn game is going to be a slobber knocker. Both good games are very, very attractive games. And so I'm just interested in you guys giving some kudos on who you guys. You tell me in the comments, Who you got tomorrow? Southern, Jackson State, Texas Southern, and Alcorn. I'm gonna go on the record. I think Texas Southern to get Alcorn tomorrow. Coach Skeet really got those girls playing well, and man, it's gonna be hard for me to look. You guys know I'm be rooting for Jack State, man, but it's gonna be hard for Jack State to get this game against Southern. They're gonna have to really be clicking better than what they are. Um, but right now, to this point, I'm giving the Lady Tigers a really, really good shot to win this game. But if I had to pick, I'm gonna roll with Southern. Um, Jack State has the goods to get it. What I'm saying, I'm a root for Jack State, and in my heart of hearts, I believe they'll win. But my mind is telling me, Southern, they've been looking the part of a champion all year, and it's not a great matchup for Jack State. So we're gonna see what my Lady Tigers, and Lord knows, I hope they prove me wrong. So, uh, but Texas Southern Alcorn, man, I got Texas Southern on it. But again, I would not be surprised if Alcorn pulls that dub out because that's going to be an outstanding game tomorrow. So, and look, we'll actually move on, man, and get into um the actual men's side. I'm not gonna hold you guys too long, too. So, uh, man, look, we'll get into it, man. Look, we had Gremlin get above over Alabama A&M. And man, look, y'all know that, man, this did me some good. You got FAMU coming up short to Jackson State, and I'm gonna tell you, that was an entertaining game. Jackson State led pretty much from start to finish, and I'm gonna be honest, that game, the way Jackson State played, Jackson State should have won that game by 30 points. But man, FAMU just would not go away, and they were knocking down everything that you could stand. Like, Coffee did his thing. I mean, I think he had 29, 30 points. Granted, FAMU was without their best player, but man, they shot the cover off the ball. Jack State, I think the difference in the game was Jackson State rebounding, and Jack State getting key steals or getting timely turnovers with FAMU, but they out rebounded them. But man, I'm almost wondering what the I'm wondering what the turnover line was and what the rebound margin was. Because man, and also the field goal percentage, because FAMU shot the cover off the ball. Jack State did fairly well too, but man, it's like when they whenever we really try to pull away, man, man, they come right back, and we pulled away very, very late within the last minute and a half from the free throw line, and made some shots that were kind of uncontested to kind of pull away to make it to a 15-point win. But man, it's like the lead was double digits, and it'll jump back down to 6 like it was nothing, and then we'll pull away with a key play, and then it'll jump back down to 5, jump back down to 6. And but like I told you guys that we will only win that game if Deshaun Ruffin had a big game, and he did. He did. Had an amazing game. His stat line was phenomenal. And I'm thankful that we had that type of game to the point where we needed today off. Because typically when you shoot the way that we did, you typically come back cold the next game. And so that's why I'm glad that we didn't play today. Get off our feet, get our leg back up under us, and have this next game. But I do want to say this, man. Kudos to Coach Crary at FAMU. Again, like Margaret Richards, man, had a lot of off the court issues and things surrounding this season, and man, for him to rally the guys to really become a formidable opponent. They looked apart, and I'm interested to see what he'll do on the recruiting scene to see what FAMU will look like next season because if they got a good group of nucleus of those guys returning back, man, FAMU's going to have a good b-ball team. I'm really excited about the SWAC basketball too. I think if we're able to maintain a good nucleus of the talent we have within the conference, I think the SWAC is going to actually trending upward. I really, really do, man. There's some really, really good guys, some good players in this conference, man. I was really, really surprised and taken away by coffee for FAMU, and I can't think of the left hand kid's name, but man, it was like that dude couldn't miss. And they were hot. It was like I said, it was an entertaining game, and it's a damn good game to see, right? And so nonetheless, man, Jack State moves on um to play. Let me pull this down right here. Jack State moves on to the next round to the semifinal, and then I'd be remiss if I didn't mention this, man. You know, Texas Southern fans love to call the SWAC tournament the Texas Southern Invitational. Well, they invited their ass back to Houston. I mean, because Alabama State, man, again, I know they're the 4th seed versus the 5 seed, but man, I told you guys, it's gonna be topsy turvy. The SWAC rarely ever runs chalk. You hardly ever have the top 4 seeds making and advancing together in the SWAC tournament. It rarely ever happens. There's so much parity, and it's been topsy turvy, and I love it. And again, this is the feel of what you're gonna get in March Madness, and there's too much parity within this conference. So, uh, I love the excitement. And look, Alabama State moved on as well, and you know, I told you guys, I was like, look, man, honestly, when you look at the top 6 seeds in this tournament, any one of those 6 teams can win it. Any one of them, even Alabama State. So even when you look at the remaining teams, you can actually go through with it. It can really can be done. And I'm gonna blow this up big because I even adjusted this for you guys, and you can actually see here. And you see here, man, and you see the results, man. Southern, the number 1 seeds, get beaten by an 8 seed, and it's not an upset. You know, it's not an upset. And so I'm telling even tomorrow, that Grambling Alabama State game, it's going to be a damn good game. And then you got Bethune Cookman, who just got the win tonight over Alcorn, and Jackson State toward the end of the season beat Bethune Cookman at home. I'm sorry, on the road in Daytona. But again, now you're talking about number 2 versus 3 seed, and look what you got over here, the 5 and the 8 seed. So Jack State's the highest remaining seed within the tournament. But this is going to be a great game, both of them. And again, any of the 4 teams can win this conference, win this tournament, and it wouldn't be a shocker, it wouldn't be a surprise. Again, the SWAC has that type of parity and equal talent throughout the conference. I would say the best player uh, on, you know, say remaining in the tournament, I would say is the Deshaun Ruffin. I think roster wise, Jack State has the best roster in the tournament. And I only say that because Southern's out of it. Because Southern, they play deeper than everybody else because they play a boatload of bodies, and so Grambling really did Jack State a solid. But it would be for naught if Jack State mess around and lose tomorrow to Bethune Cookman. But if Jack State beats the Bethune Cookman, I really give them the edge to win the tournament, which would be an outstanding feat for Mo Williams in his 3rd season. And I tell you what, you want to talk about irony? What the job that Tony Madlock is doing, man, it's pretty good. And you know, what would it be? You know, what would you think if you have an Alabama State in a championship game versus Jackson State? Mo Williams versus his former team. Tony Madlock, you know, versus the guy who he replaced at Alabama State with Mo Williams over at Jackson State. Again, another great storyline. So very, very interested to see that, man. It's gonna be crazy. Really, really crazy. And we're here for it, right? So look, let me jump in these comments right quick, man. What up, Ump? Said lots of upsets in the SWAC tournament. See y'all tomorrow at the games. Look at Mama Flo. Uh Yeah, man. I had now Kamikaze do this, man. I did that. Good old AI. Graham will win the 20. We'll see. Look at Mika. Yeah, man. Look, after Mo put that thing on fam, you can let them know, man. Look, they thought it was sweet, but check out time at 11. Hey, gonna find out tomorrow too. It's gonna be a bad thing for you to say that. Do you check out the next day? So since he made that comment, he gotta win tomorrow. Because if you lose tomorrow and you just said somebody check out times at 11, not gonna be a good look. Not gonna be a good look. Oh, the game winning layup? Yeah, I saw that. So yeah, we got North Carolina Central moving on to the next round. That's a tougher for Delaware State. But hey, man, this is what March Madness is all about. Tuck said JSU men gonna win the tournament. Man, we hope so. We hope so, man. We're gonna need man, both our bigs to really do the thing, man. If Grambling gets to the final, they'll win it. We'll see. We're gonna see, EA. No doubt, dude. We're gonna see. But yeah, man, look. So man, y'all got any question, anything, man? I'm gonna sit here and roll up, man. We're gonna go another 4 minutes, do a 30 minutes, man. Sorry for coming on late, man. It's been a eventful and crazy day. But we'll get about here, man. A little 30-minute show, man. But if y'all got any questions or anything, or like I said, give your answer to who you think is gonna win this tournament. If y'all got any questions or anything, man, let me know. Did get some news about Tennessee State. Again, it's an exodus started today. They lose one of their best players, man, freshman All-American. Sanders, I forget the last name. But freshman All-American had a great year. They had, I believe, about 4 or 5 guys up in the portal today. And it's gonna be a whole lot more where that came from. So, but again, we talked about this. There's an exodus over there, and man, the timing couldn't be even worse. You already know there's gonna be guys getting to the portal after the spring season. It's gonna be customary for pretty much every FCS program, but it's a different thing when there's no coach at that program, and it's not players who probably didn't perform well in the spring, being placed into the portal. Now you're talking about half or 3/4 of your roster jumping in the portal after the spring season. That's gonna be tough. That's gonna be tough. And I can't recall here lately in the past year or two where we actually seen an exodus this late. There's been some coaches that, moved on or whatever the case may be that's been late in the season, but not like this though. Not that I can recall. Not this late. And they're gonna have to come on with the come on about naming a replacement because man, he's gonna have to totally re-recruit that roster. And man, it's gonna be tough for Tennessee State. It's gonna be a tough year. Tough 2025 for those kids over there in Nashville. So need their alums and everybody else with that program. They're gonna have to come on with the come on. They're gonna have to do some they're gonna have their checkbook or something to hit those kids to keep them to stay. But again, man, if you're gonna make an announcement on a coach pretty soon, yikes. But I'm also interested to see or intrigued to see, man, who's, genuinely up for that job, man. Who's really interested and gonna put their name in the hat. You know what I'm saying? I would love to see if there's some really, really attractive candidates really looking at it because again, man, with so much stuff going around about the financial constraints in that job, and when you talk about the possibility of not opting in or opting in if they're choosing to do so, which I doubt it because of everything else they got going on. But again, it's gonna put you behind the ball, and so that's the crazy thing about it, man. So, but look, man, thank you guys for tuning in. Look, we'll be back, man. Oh, I didn't do it, man, but I guess I'll end the show the right way. And that is, man, I want to dedicate this show today to my uncle, man. I lost a very important person to me on Sunday. I haven't said anything, man, but Marshall Phillips, dead at 74 years old. And I want to dedicate this show to him. Love you, Unc. Be in Memphis this weekend. Lay my uncle to rest. And want to dedicate this to him. So, look, we'll be back next week, man. Start going live a little bit more for you guys. Gotta let things getting prepared for spring ball. We're gonna actually go on location to a couple of places, man. Get some footage, do some interviews. We're gonna have some people on next week. But again, man, just stay tuned. I want to thank you guys for riding with me. Thank you guys for tuning into Zone Coverage, man. It's your boy Zone Phillips, man. And we out. I'll catch you guys next week. Later.